Hey guys, Siddharth Rashek here, speaking to you from my beautiful home office here in Chennai. And in this video, I'm actually going to be deconstructing the entire lessons from this particular audio that I've been listening to over a year now. It's called The Strangest Secret in the World by Earl Nightingale. So what I've done is I've actually put all the key lessons into this mind map, and I'm actually going to share with you on how this particular audio has helped me grow my business by 20 times in 10 months because of listening to it every single day. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to deconstruct the entire mind map, as you can see here. Let's start with why you need to listen to this. Okay, the reason why you got to listen to this, because see, there are many people who want to be successful, but they are not successful because they're not able to follow a particular system, or their operating system or their mindset is not ready for success. So in other words, each one of us have our operating system. Now imagine if you have a computer with an old operating system, say Windows 95, and you try to install new programs on it. What's going to happen? It's going to crash. So the reason why most people fail in today's day and age, even though there is so much of knowledge out there, is because of the mindset. See, 80% of your success depends on your mindset. And the reason why I started to listen to The Strangest Secret in the World is because it started to do something to my mind, something to my brain, something to my thought patterns, that the more and more I would listen to it, I would start to think in a different way. Okay, or in other words, if you want to achieve huge success or a lot of money in your life, you need to become that person that attracts that much of money. Okay, so success is not something what you pursue, it is something which you attract by being an attractive person financially and so on. Okay, now if you're able to resonate with what I'm saying, just type in the comment box yes in the comment box. Type yes in the comment box. So let's dive into this now. Okay, I'm on my mind map right now, and let me just go step by step. So the first lesson which I got from The Strangest Secret is that we don't think. Okay, in the sense, there was an interview that was done, and a very famous guy who was asked, like, what's wrong with men today? And the first part of this Strangest Secret in the World, Earl Nightingale says that the response that the successful person gave is that men simply don't think. So he gave a strategy. He said, what, out of 100 people, only one will be rich. It's a law of averages. Only the top 5% will actually be rich. So men who start at the age of 25, they're all excited. They get out of college. Everybody has that, that excitement to do something with their life. But when you look at the end of life, only a few people will actually be rich. One will be rich, 4 will be financially independent, 5 will still be working, and 54 will be broke. And that's like the law of averages. Now, why does that happen? Is because we do not think. And what do I mean by this? When he says we do not think, what does it mean? It means that success, there's actually a science to success. It is not something that just happens, based on automatic way of doing things. It is a science. So when it comes to success, he says that only 5% of people achieve success in this world. And he defines what success is. Many people have different definitions of success, but he says success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or a worthy ideal. Okay, so if your goal is to be a good teacher, then that is your success. If your goal is to be spreading spirituality, now that is your success. If your goal is to make a lot of money and help a lot of people through that process and giving in charities, that is your success. So success is something which is subjective to each and every individual, but it has to be defined. And it is a progressive realization towards you achieving that worthy ideal or the worthy goal, whatever that you may be having. So success is not a destination, it is a journey. It is a progressive realization of who you become in that journey. Okay, does this make sense? Just type "makes sense" in the comment box if this makes sense to you. He gives the example of a ship leaving the harbor. Suppose there's a big ship and there is no captain, there's no crew, there's nobody there. They just turn on the engines and they let the ship go. What's going to happen? Yeah, it's going to actually go and crash. In fact, maybe it will not even leave the harbor, So that's how our mind is. If our mind is not guided and directed like a captain and a crew and all the tools that we have, then there's a very famous quote: if you don't know where you want to go, you might as well go anywhere, and anywhere is not a good place to go. Okay, so you need to have a very specific goal that you need to go towards. So that is the second part which he covers in The Strangest Secret in the World. The third part, he talks about the law of nature. What you sow is what you reap. What goes around comes around. Even the whole aspect of karma, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So this principle, it's a law of the universe. It doesn't matter where you're from, how you are, what is your religion, what is your belief. Nature does not care about what you believe. It's like gravity. Whether you believe in gravity or not, if you jump off from a building, you're going to go down. Now the same way, the laws of nature are applicable to every single person on this planet. And he gives the example of corn versus poison. Suppose I plant corn in a piece of land and I plant a poison plant. There's a plant called nightshade. If he plants nightshade on the same piece of land, the land does not care what you plant. Okay. Now if you pour water, both of those are going to be growing. So our mind is like that. Our mind is even more powerful than a piece of land, because what we sow into our mind is what it reaps. So if you're going to be sowing negative habits, negative things, that's what you're going to get. If you plant positive things, and if you always keep your mind and remove all the weeds constantly, and that's what you're going to be getting. Okay, is this powerful? Just type powerful in the comment box if you understand what I'm saying. See, the mind does not care what you plant. Okay, it does not care what you plant, but whatever you plant and whatever you nurture grows. And this was the fundamental thing. Like when I got started on this journey of doing my own business, like a year back, I did have a few thought processes that were running in my mind which were not serving me. And when I made that switch, everything started to change. When I started to be more conscious of my thoughts, everything started to change. When I started to listen to more of this, everything started to change. Okay, so coming back over here, the mind is like a fertile field, and what you plant is what actually grows. Now the fourth principle, he talks about thoughts, because thoughts become things. So there's a beautiful quote by Emerson, if I'm not mistaken. He says, you sow a thought, you reap an action. You sow an action, you reap a habit. You sow a habit, you reap a character. You sow your character, you reap your destiny. So it all starts with the thought. So in this, he goes on to say that we are the sum total of all the thoughts that we have in our mind. And as you believe, so it shall be done unto you. So it all starts with a thought. So if you're able to be very conscious of what you think about and what you plant into your head, your entire life can change. And imagination is the key. Okay, so many people, we feel that we this is how life is. This is what it's destined to be. Okay, and some of these ideologies which really put us into a box. But actually, your imagination has the power. And constantly, even I've also discussed with people who are in this space. Let's say I've discussed with astrologers. I've discussed with people who also believe that there are some things that are destined and some things that can be changed. And some of the greatest astrologers, they also say that our future can be changed based on what we are doing right now. And if our life is on autopilot and if you're just going with the flow, then it's a very predictable thing, based on your life pattern. So if you're in a constant state of development of yourself, and if you're constantly evolving in your mind and constantly learning new things and constantly being aware of your environment, because your environment is much stronger than your willpower. Okay, so if you're constantly changing your mindset and feeding your mind with good things, your destination will also change. Your destiny will change. So please keep in mind that your imagination is the key and your thoughts have the power to change things. And start to do different things. Don't start to do the same thing. So suppose you're eating in your right hand, start to eat with your left hand. If you're going to a place, every day you're going to a particular place in a particular route, start to change the direction. Start to fire your right brain, your creative brain much more. Get into music. Start to learn other arts and creative arts. Don't be just stuck in your own routine of life, because when you get new perspectives, once your mind starts bending itself in new ways, you really will not be the same person, and that's what creates shifts in your life. Okay, so that's some of the things that I've been implementing. So I do music. I know multiple things. Okay, and I'm constantly learning new things. Always open to learning new things. Okay, very, very important. So come back over here. So now the fifth point is the 5 principles that he shares. He says that you become, at the end of that audio, he says, you become what you think about. Okay, this is the most important. You become what you think about. Remember the word imagination, and the more that you imagine and learn new things, the better it is for you. Courage. You need to have courage and consistency. Concentrate on your daily goal and be consistent and have courage, because most people fail in this world because they do not have courage. They have fears, and they allow the fears to overcome them, and they live a mediocre life. Okay, save 10% of every rupee or every dollar that you have ever earned. It's again a law of the universe. The more you can just set aside 10%, like I have a separate account, separate bank account, where I just move 10% of whatever I make, and I don't touch that money. It creates a sense of power. Okay, very important. And then he says, action is very important. Ideas are worthless unless we work on them. Okay, ideas are worthless unless you work on them. So these are the 5 principles that Earl talks about, and how, because of me listening to this every day, for the first 60 days, I listened to this audio twice in a day. In fact, you can go to YouTube and just search for Strangest Secret in the World by Earl Nightingale, and you'll find that audio. And if you start to listen to this every day once, at least once, within the next 60 to 90 days, you'll start to see some major shifts in your life. Okay. Now, coming back over here in the mind map, some of the action points is, I would like you to write your goal and get this on a goal card. Like, so for example, in my case, I have my goal card here, and I know exactly how much of money I want to make, okay, in the next year, in the next 2 years, okay. And I look at this goal every single day, and it's a handwritten goal card. And this is something which I ask everybody in my community to do, because this has a different sense of power, and it gives you that focus when you start to take action in your life and your business. So, and write on this goal card, I've actually written here, ask and it shall be given unto you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened. Actually, these statements are from the Bible, but it holds so true to our thought process. Okay, and the 6 other important points that he mentioned is, set yourself a definite goal. You need to know exactly what you want to achieve in your life. Okay, let me just pull this up. Okay, you need to quit running yourself down. Stop those negative self-limiting beliefs that you're constantly firing yourself with. Whenever you're talking negative about yourself, stop doing that. Okay, stop hurting yourself. 3 is, stop thinking of all the reasons why you cannot be successful, and think of all the reasons that you can be successful. 4 is, track the ideas back to your childhood on why you feel that you cannot be successful, because some event would have happened in your childhood and then you just gave up at that time. Okay, and the classical example of this is the example of a baby elephant. Okay, a baby elephant was once tied to a rope to a pole, and it tried again and again and again to break through that pole, but it could not. So what ended up happening is the baby elephant gave up, and as the elephant grew and became a huge elephant, the mahout would tie the elephant to the same pole, but the elephant would not budge, because it had already given up in its mind. So it's very key that you track the ideas back to your childhood, or where this idea was planted that you cannot be successful, and just bust that out of your systems. Okay, because it's not true. Each one of us can change at any given moment, and that moment can be even this moment right now. You just need to acknowledge it, make peace with it, and let it go. Okay, change the image that you have of yourself by writing a description of who you would like to be. Extremely powerful. In fact, one more thing that I do on a daily basis is I write my goals on a goal every day in my book here. Okay, let me just see if I can pull this up. So I have a book here, and I actually write my goals every single day in this book. It's like a detailed, I've written many pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of goals. Okay, it's the same set of goals, but I don't refer to the previous day's writings, but I just write it every day with a new sense of thought process and creative energy. And if you do this every single day, then what will end up happening is you can start to change the image that you have for yourself. So right now, even though you may not be successful, you may not have that much of money, your health may be poor, your relationships may be poor, don't worry about it. Okay, all of us go through situations in life. All you need to do is start to write every day on what you really want. Stop thinking about what you don't want and start writing about what you really want, and write it every day for 5-10 minutes. Okay, and then act the part of the successful person that you have decided to become. Start to act as if you have already become that. And that is the key to success. Okay, so if you follow these 6 important steps, you're going to see massive shifts in your life happening. Okay, so in fact, if you want a copy of this mind map, just go to asksids.com. This is the link. I'll just zoom it on my screen, And if you just type the word SSW, right, you can get a download of this mind map, okay, all these notes that I've taken. Because I believe that if you take these notes, just look at it every day and listen to the Strangest Secret every single day, your life can completely transform, okay? So what I want all of you to do right now is, if you found this useful, this particular Facebook Live, or if you're watching this even on YouTube, if you found this video useful, just type in the comment box, what do you think is the one thing that you are going to be working upon yourself? Okay? What is the one thing that you're going to be working on yourself based on what you just learned in today's video? Share that in the comments below, and I will personally read the comments and I will reply back to your comments, okay? Because I believe that it all starts with setting that intention, making that decision that, you know what, I'm going to be changing my life, I'm going to be transforming my life. You need to make that decision right now, okay? So don't type SSW in the comment box, it will not come to you. You need to go to asksids.com, ASKSIDZ.com, and type SSW. It will go to my Facebook Messenger and it will come to you directly over there, okay? So if you want to meet me in my next webinar, there's a link in the description, or even on YouTube, there's a link in the description below. If you want to build a super profitable business which can run without you, and without needing any office, without needing any employees, leveraging the power of your knowledge, leveraging the power of technology and automation, then I would love to invite you into my next session, okay? So there's a link in the description, or if you go to sids.co/freedom, okay, if you go to that link, it will take you to my upcoming webinar, and I would love to meet you live. I always do my webinars live because I love to meet you. I like to engage and interact with people live. So let's meet there, and I truly wish from the bottom of my heart that your dreams come true. And listen to the strangest secret in the world every day for the next 90 days. If you can set that up as a challenge for yourself, nothing like it. Okay? So share this video, give a like, and if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the bell button and subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be sharing a lot of new information like this on a regular basis to help you live a better quality life, to help you build a very profitable business, and to also inspire and impact the world with the knowledge that you have. Okay, on that note, signing off, and have a great day. Bye-bye.